Okay, on today's episode of Let's Bash a Firearm Manufacturer, I've got a Ruger 1022 here. I've done a couple videos about it, and it's finally time. We had this thing bouncing around in the truck. It was grouse season. We, shot countless grouse with the thing recently, and it's just time to do a deep cleaning. It was, heavily used, rode in the truck, didn't really get much respect during that time, and so it's time to clean it. So I start my normal routine, which is to disassemble and, wipe all the grime and grit and grease off of the moving parts, etc. Everything looks to be fairly in order. I can't figure out why this gun has jam issues with every type of ammo that I've put through it. What it'll do is it will feed a shell, and it typically happens with closer to a full magazine. And by the way, I only use Ruger brand 10 round magazines. I have one 25er, but it seemed to have this malfunction way more often. And what it does is it pushes a shell with the bullet angled really sharply up, and the bullet will be oriented like this, jammed up into the chamber, and with the rim still locked in the bottom of the mag at a very obscene angle. And the only way to clear it is to drop the magazine, hand flick the shell out of wherever it's lodged, because the lead is kind of deformed and stuck around the chamber right here. Flick it out and then stick another one, stick the magazine back in and cycle the gun manually. And it seems to happen less when the gun's dirty and more when the gun's clean. I don't know why. It's a blowback system. You'd think more faster force and cycling would be the answer here, but I can't exactly figure that out. It's not a showstopper for me. I've just heard about the legendary reliability of a 1022, and I haven't seen anything legendary about it so far. And matter of fact, my Mini 14 and my AR-15s all cycle much more reliably than this. I've got, well, basically every other semi-automatic weapon that I own functions more reliably than this. But the issue that I just noticed, which I don't know if there's a way for me to demonstrate this or to show it without a bore scope, and that's just a technical limitation at the moment, but I'm gonna try to set my camera up where I'm cleaning here and show you guys what is going on. It feels like when they were drilling this bore, there is a terrible, terrible loose spot here, and I measured it. It's right about in this area, and I thought maybe it was a artifact. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever shot a ton of lead out of revolvers or even rifles, lead bullets, cast bullets. And I might be off the boat here, but what sometimes will happen is there's a point in the bore where you run out of lube, and then lead will deposit in a particular area. It'll deposit heavily, and it just, what I shoot is a ton of copper plated 22 bullets, but they also have lube on them. They're wax. They have tumble lube on them. So I thought perhaps it was a spot where the tumble lube runs out, and then there's like a transition to the copper plating right there, and there's just like a little deposit. But I just don't think it can be that, because it's tight on the patch here and it's tight on the patch here. There's just a tiny spot there, like probably about an inch, where it looks like a bit chattered awfully, and then it made such a large bore that when they pushed the button through, that the button couldn't even you know, cut deep enough to remove the artifact of drilling. So I'm gonna set the phone up and show you guys, and I would love some advice on this as to what you think it is. All right, let's see if I can demonstrate this. So I've got, this bore is as clean really as I can get it, without getting into really heavy solvents. You know, I'm just running plain hops number 9 traditional, and then I chase my solvent out with some WD-40 and then run dry patches through it since it's a stainless barrel. I don't know why I do that. I started chasing my solvent out with you know, with a mild solvent like WD a while back, and I like doing it. But so let's see if you can see this. I might have to show you from further back so you can see my hand. I'll have to notice this during editing. And you know, Ruger, if you ever watch these kind of things, a hole in the back of this action for the cleaning rod would be greatly appreciated, so I don't have to jam the cleaning rod in this muzzle. So as you can see, I'm pushing gently, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. Right there. Bang. Did you see that? Man, I don't want to paint stripes on my cleaning rod, but as you can see, the patch, it's got a little bit of carbon and lead on it, but it's not crazy. This is a pretty dry bore. Let me move it back, the camera. Okay, from this angle you should be able to see my arm, my hand, the cleaning rod, everything. So here's the dry patch. Get it started here. Oof. Yep. See, I don't like guns that have to be cleaned from the muzzle. Okay. So here we're going to start cleaning. We're going slow and gentle. I'm applying a pretty steady pressure. Right there. There's a weird spot. Okay, now the patch has not exited into the receiver yet. Okay, so I've got a little further, a little further, a little further. Pop, there's the patch through the receiver. Okay, so let's show it again, and I'll show that it's a both directions thing, and we'll try and get dialed down how far it really is. Just breaks my heart doing that to a gun. Okay, here we go. Cleaning, 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 cleaning. There it is. Okay, so now we're in. Let's do it, you know, a backwards stroke here. See that? I can't believe that the camera would not be able to pick that up. It is so abrupt. It is literally a patch of like smooth bore right there. It is so abrupt. Okay, we're gonna go inwards again. There it is. It's a spot that, boink. So it's about, exactly 3/4 of an inch. And it is that far in the bore. So right there is the start of it, and it's a 3/4 inch section right there that is literally overboard and smooth to the patch. So that's it. That's all I can do to illustrate it. I don't know what that means for this gun, really, because it shoots. It shoots, I don't know, about 2-inch groups at 100 yards, 2.5. That is acceptable to me, but not exactly exemplary. I mean, I prefer all my guns to shoot quite a bit better than that, and considering it's a gun that you cannot hand load for, that just shoots lead, I really did expect a little bit better out of that. But this is my first 1022 as well, so I can't exactly speak to whether it's hurting anything, but it just feels like it shouldn't be that way, and that if it's there, that obviously what it feels like is that things could be better. So, I don't know. I think I'll wrap this up here. What I would love is some advice from there's a few guys in the comments that just, man, you guys really know 1022s, and you know, a couple guys way more experienced than me. So I would love a little advice on this. Would you guys send the barrel back to Ruger and say, give me a new barrel? Would you send the whole gun back because it has jamming issues? I could take videos of the jamming issues. I just feel like all the time you send a gun back and then the manufacturer's like, nope, nothing wrong. And I feel like I need to be able to refer them to a video of the gun having the malfunction and having it dirty, and then cleaning the gun on camera, and then having it happen with a greater frequency with a clean lubricated firearm. I just feel like the manufacturers, is nobody checking this? Is this a common thing? Do I just have such horrible luck that I keep getting cases of bad manufacturing and you know, failures by companies? Or is this just something that nobody is checking, or that nobody talks about, or that nobody holds them accountable, or that everybody just says, I love my Ruger 1022, I've never had a problem, anybody who bashes it is dumb? I don't quite understand, because there's so many problems that I personally have had, and I'm such a small cross section of the consumer public that it feels like I can't be the only one. And so it feels bizarre that people either aren't more aware, or that they seem offended that I'm bringing to light this issue that I'm having, and that other consumers do this with other weapons. I see it a lot with the P320 thing, with the ones, I mean, they're going off in people's holsters and whatnot. I own 2 of them. I like them, but all of a sudden now I'm a little nervous about them. I've got manual safeties on both of them. They're both the upgraded models. But I guess a couple upgraded models with manual safeties have gone off in the holster, and a couple cops have gotten shot in the leg. So it's easy for me to say you guys are handling things improperly, because I literally have been carrying 1911 since I was old enough to own handguns, and using them even before that, and I've never had an ND. So it's easy to say somebody's doing something wrong, but this, hit me in the comments. Tell me what you guys think. I could use some advice here on what to do. If you think it even matters. It's a 22, and it shoots okay. You know, at 50 we got groups about like this. It's not beautiful, but like, what if I send it back and I get a perfect barrel, and the perfect barrel shoots worse than this one? I don't know. So you guys help me out here.